Welcome to this week's edition of Spotlight on St. George. This week we are at Sandtown Pizza, where a backyard hobby has ensured that pineapple, pistachios, and pears all have a place on your pizza. So now I got a hard-hitting question that everybody wants to know the answer to, and that is, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah, I think if you give it a place, so there is a pizza that we make. I actually called it the controversial one when we were running it at the house.
That was the name of the
pizza? That was the name of the pizza, yeah.
Love it.
It's kind of like a Friends episode, like, you know, the controversial one, but it was like also the controversial pizza. And I take the pineapple, like fresh pineapple, chop it, like almost blend it in like a food processor with caramelized onions, jalapenos, and make a jam out of it. Okay. And then put it with like really thick cut smoked bacon. And like, you can't say no to that.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
like it's sweet, it's still savory.
Right now.
The chef that I really look up to, his name's Chris Bianco. He said, I think anything will work on pizza if you give it a place to succeed. So it really does not matter how good you are at making anything. If you're not giving your ingredients a place to succeed, then they're not going to. Mm-hmm. You know?
That's a great life lesson just in itself. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
To put it is what you get out. So Chris, what was your idea behind wanting to open a restaurant in St. George?
I was kind of getting like my feet wet in kitchens, and all I wanted to do was learn. But like when you work in kitchens, you're kind of like set to what they're cooking.
Yes.
Right. But I want to learn sauces. I want to learn this. I want to learn that. So I was like cookbook after cookbook after YouTube, and just like pizza, something else. But I'd always come back to pizza. I swear every night for like 3 months straight, just pizza. Dough, pizza. Like I'd come home from work from my cooking job and just make pizza like every day. We started like having friends over as when we could for pizza. And then my friend Caden, that you see in that photo right there, now business partner, was like, teach me how to make pizza. Let's kind of do this project together. Like, let's get good. Because we had brewed beer in the past together. Okay. Like we kind of started that hobby together, like home brewing beer. So it like went from home brewing beer to making pizza. Started making pizza with beer yeast. Week after week, like every Friday, just making pies in the backyard, making pie in the backyard. One day we like nailed it. I was like super happy with everything we did. This is it. We need like other people to try this. Like I have everything. I got a pizza oven, I got a backyard. You know what I mean? And I got drive. So that's literally what we did, you know. For the first couple weeks, it was like friends and family. We made an Instagram, decided the name was Backdoor Pizzeria.
When somebody walks in, like, what is the feeling you want somebody to have the first time they walk in?
I want them to feel welcome, you know what I mean? Overall, like kind of surprised, I guess, like, and shocked that things are not just like your average pizza place. We preach hospitality first over everything.
That matters, yeah.
Even before food, you know, our very first thing we want is people to feel comfortable and well taken care of and happy even before their food comes out. The food comes second, hospitality comes first. Like we want people to have experiences here. That's why we have like, you know, nice tables and leather chairs and nice silverware and plates and cups. But like when you're served, if you want to be somebody that gets like the $4 slice, you can get that, you know, in a can of Coke. Like you can have that here, but if you want to get a nice ribeye steak and, you know, a nice well put together meal, like we have that too. We want it to feel like something for everybody. You be the culture that you want to create or be a part of, it'll come, right? So that was kind of my idea here, was like, I want a restaurant that you almost don't feel like you're in Southern Utah when you're in here. You know, it's got those like California vibes or like New York pizzeria vibes, but it's very, very St. George. Mm-hmm. You know, when you walk in the art St. George, there's little Western things here and there, and it's very much me, which grew up here, right? Like it's like kind of like walking into my bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, the first time I came in here, I sat over here and picked up on some pieces that just absolutely resonated with me growing up. You know, the Back to the Future newspaper, the Michael Jordan poster, you know, those type of things. And I was just like, I felt like, wow, this is awesome. I like being here.
Yeah.
You know, so When you have, the vision that you had when you first stepped into the restaurant, did you already kind of have this envisioned, or did this kind of just all of a sudden happen as you were putting it together?
I had like a general idea of what I was looking for. Like my wife and I knew we wanted an open kitchen because that connection is just super cool, right? Like you can see the cooks cooking, they can talk to you, they can tell you about what you're eating. You can literally see the whole process from start to finish if you want to watch, you know what I mean? And be a part of it. You feel a part of it if you're sitting at that bar. That's something we wanted and had to have. Like that was a non-negotiable regardless. The checkered tile was another one. Like we had to have that. And it's funny because it became part of the brand. But like I told you a little bit earlier, like the day after we came into this place, I just saw exactly like how it should be shaped, and we started drawing it on, like I have that paper downstairs.
So as far as your menu goes, is it a static menu, or do you have things that you bring in seasonally, or how does your menu work?
Yeah, so we have a pretty set menu, but it changes. What do we do? Like every 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months. We try to keep up with the seasons as much as possible, as well as I'm always changing, I feel like, as a cook, as a chef, and like I learn new things, or I find new things that I enjoy, or pizzas that we've made in the past that I think we need to dig back out. So we're changing like every 4 months, but we do a specials menu, which is over there. So every month we run 4 to 5 specials, and we try to keep them all locally sourced and all super exciting. So we always do a pasta of the month, and we almost always hand make the pasta downstairs. So we get the pasta bike out and we're stretching the pasta ourselves. It's a challenge. It's fun to get better and better at making handmade pasta, and also teach the staff how to do things like that too, because people see, pasta is just take it out of the bag and throw it in boiling water, but there's such an art to it, to be honest with you, when you're making it with your hands, getting the right texture, getting that right al dente, like it's an art for real. So we're just getting better and better at it. As well as the salads. Salads are probably my favorite thing to make here on top of pizza, just like super creative, fun, locally sourced salads, see what we can do with what people are growing. But the real goal for the menu is to get like the community to just trust me enough that I can change the menu like every month, every 3 months. And they know that we'll be consistent in experience. You're gonna come in here and know you're gonna get good service. You're gonna get, cold water. You're gonna have a good time. The narrative we want to change is we're not a pizza place, we're a restaurant, and we just specialize in pizza. My work just feels like my hobby still. I just still love what I do every day.
What's for dinner?
Want to get some pizza?
This Michael Jordan one that he had mentioned earlier, that one's probably my favorite one on the wall. It's actually my dad's. So he was born and raised in Mexico, came over here when he was a teenager. My aunt decided to take me and my brother over to Mexico and visit where they were from, where they grew up. Very small community, but my dad's family is really known out there. Went into my dad's bedroom and I saw that Michael Jordan poster still hanging on his wall. So I thought it'd be really cool if we brought it back home. My brothers kept that for a while, and I asked them if, it'd be cool if we could throw it up on there and have a piece of our dad here. And I think that that's really cool to have part of his childhood, and a lot of people relate to that too. Like, you're a Michael Jordan's fan, the Bulls, then it's really cool.
And my friend Johnny came down and set up actually in the back and tattooed these on people. Anyone that wanted a tattoo for like the first 4 hours while we opened, my entire staff, minus like 2 new people, have pizza tattoos. And so these are all like old Sailor Jerry tattoos, just adapted into pizza. This is my 2002 soccer team. Yeah, I'm up in the right corner with the ball in my hand. So it's cool. Sometimes kids from like high school or elementary, when they come in, they'll see that and be like, oh my God, and they were on the team, or they remember someone from the team.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty cool.
It is really cool. That pizza has been through a lot, the pizza peel. You can see all the cuts. Like, if you really look at it, you could see all the different pizza cutter cuts. And then it was starting to crack because of how much we were using it and taking it everywhere. I think your mom gave us this or something,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I think my mom gave it to me when we moved into our first apartment. Hundreds and hundreds of pizzas have. So one side, it's not as bad. I would use to like put pizza in the oven, and the others when it came out, I'd pull it out and cut it on the other side. So yeah,
Pizza history.
a lot of, like I said earlier, a lot of bad pizzas have been made on this thing, but
It's been through a lot.
it taught me a lot. The last thing, on her backdoor pizzeria, which is where the backyard is from. So this was my daughter's shirt. She would always help us take orders and things like that, you know?
Yeah.
That was her shirt that she would wear in the backyard all the time. So yeah, we hang that up there. And I think this part of the wall is really special to me.
For sure.
'Cause, yeah.